Hi, Zishan here, and in this video I'm just going to tell you some insights about the earned value analysis. So let's hop over that. So in order to get the earned value analysis, there are at least three things which are really required. That is the scope, and second is the plan, or we can say the schedule, and the third one, that is the budget. So just to understand what exactly the earned value analysis is, I'm just considering a basic example, and let's talk about that. So the example will look like this, that I have to create 4 walls, right, and the cost of just the whole construction, just say it is $400, right, and as a project manager I just come up with a plan that I will construct 1 wall per day at a cost of $100, right, which means that I'm just working on the 4 consecutive days, that is on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So what happened during my working days, my manager just came in and he just wants some reports on the progress. So on Tuesday I just present my project report, that how the project goes on. So it looked like this. So on Tuesday I just done with the 1 wall, and I spent around $400. So the situation is not good. So I mean, whatever the situation is, in this video I'm just going to tell you that what are the outcomes of that situation. So there are 4 things which I just came up with. That the first one, that how much work I have planned to complete on Tuesday, till Tuesday I will say. So I just plan to at least build 2 walls on Tuesday, till Tuesday. So that is what my planned value is. But if I compare it in terms of the dollar, that is $100 for Monday and $100 for Tuesday, that is a total, my planned value is $200. Now actually, what is my, how much work I have actually completed? I just actually completed, or I built only 1 wall. So 1 wall, if I compare it in terms of the value, it will be $100. So this is what I have earned, and this is called my earned value. Now the third thing, that how much I have spent so far. So till Tuesday I spent around $400. So that is what my actual cost is, that how much money I have spent till the date. So that is $400. So it is called my actual cost. So next 2 things are there, that is a variance and the indexes. So just to understand that whether we are ahead of the schedule, or we are behind the schedule, or we are ahead, or we are under budget, or we are over budget. Just to understand these things, we have to come up with the schedule variance, that is the SV. So logically, if you think that what is schedule variance is, so as we can understand that we are just 1 wall behind. So it will be minus $100. So if you want to calculate it as, so it's EV minus PV. That's a very simple formula to calculate the schedule variance. So if you want to calculate the cost variance, whether we are under budget or we are over budget, so you can do that by calculating the cost variance. So it will be done through subtracting the earned value from the actual cost. So the actual cost is it's minus $300. So because it is what I really have to do, it is 100 minus 400. So I'm just minus $300 from my actual cost, right, from the actual budget I will say. So it is completely wrong and negative situations. So these are at least the 2 things, the schedule variance and the cost, which are really required, but there are few more things which are needed, and lots of calculations are required. So just to memorize these things, I'm presenting a way from where you can learn these things, because as of now we know what the earned value is, what is the planned value is, what is the actual cost, or the schedule variance, or the cost variance, but there may be some indexes as well. So let's hop over that. So before going into the any calculations, I will say that the earned value is really a king. So behind every calculation, the earned value is really needed. So let's hop over this. So just to calculate the cost performance index, right, because it relates to the cost, that's why it is I'm using, just bear with me, let me take my pen. Oops, let me hop over this video. Right, so if I calculate the cost performance index, that's a CPI. So whenever we think about the index, right, so the operator which comes in your mind, that is, it needs to be divided. So always remember, as I said, the end value is a king. So just mark EV, as a mandatory, or it is a required variable. Right, if you want to calculate it, the cost performance index, so cost means the actual cost, so it's EV divided by AC gives you the cost performance index. Similarly, if you want to talk about the cost variance, so if variance means we have to subtract, so EV minus AC, so it gives you the cost variance. Now if I think about the schedule or the plan, so the SPI, so that's the schedule performance index, so it's EV divided by the planned value, because plan and schedule both come same place, so it's EV divided by PV. It gives you the schedule performance index. And if you want to calculate the schedule variance, so it's EV, that's the earned value, minus my schedule, minus my plan value. So schedule means plan and plan means schedule, so you can just memorize from these things. So this is a basic simple calculations, or just to memorize how you can remember the variance and the indexes. Thank you very much.